messaged me and asked about the TCA skin waves.
Yes.
Just want to quickly just say we're totally aware. Couple of things really. Right now I'm a team of one, and getting the TCA waves thing is actually a complex thing to roll out. Apologies for the delay on that. We are trying to get them out as soon as possible.
Any other contests too, right? Like that are pending for wins.
Yeah, like it's like things constantly are moving, and some stuff is kind of sidelined. We are trying to get it done. Thank you for your patience on that. As soon as I have a definitive date or definitive news of any kind, I'll let you guys know. But right now, it's just like we're gonna try and get it done as soon as possible. But there's just a lot of other moving things that we're kind of chasing right now that take up time with the teams that kind of have to help us with that rollout. Like with the investigations we've got ongoing, so I'm hoping soon. But I will be happy to say probably by the end of the month. I think I can confident enough to say probably by the end of the month. Cool. But we are going to try and get them out. Thank you for signing up for the program. One thing I do want to quickly say on TCA. TCA is like really important to us. We haven't really had the resources to be able to do as much with it as we've wanted. Pre-release, we are cooking up plans for what we're going to do from like now onwards, and we're really TCA is a big part of our kind of thinking going into the next year, so we're going to have hopefully a lot more stuff there. We've seen some amazing stuff created with TCA assets, and we want to give you guys more, so stay tuned. It's a common message for me today, but it's definitely in our thoughts. We definitely want to do more with TCA and kind of give our creators more to work with. So we
just hit $1,525. You guys are fucking amazing.
1,500 already?
Yes. We just had 130 donation from Crimson Omen, Razor Edge, Peter. $50 from Peter. Thank you guys so much. You guys don't know what you guys are doing and supporting this event. Much love. You guys are giving me chills right now. Literally, I'm getting chills on my arms with the support of this event, guys. This is going to help out a lot.
This is really amazing. Holy sh...
Yeah, this is great. Thank you so much, guys. You have no idea.
How's everyone doing today?
Very good. Oh, it's Mr. Frynot with the magical voice in the room.
Frynot, the Judgment Legend.
The Judgment Legend.
Hey, Octus, got a question.
Oh my god.
A few questions.
Yeah. Sure.
When would the Palace Guards packs come back? I used to have him, but I scrapped him for achievement. For the for the classy achievement.
Which thing? Which
the
thing?
Palace Guard, the classy achievement. You know where you have to upgrade like level 6.
Oh you! Oh no! Oh no! You!
I did that.
You scrapped your Palace Guard?
I scrapped all my exclusive characters from all of the packs.
You have to do what you have to do.
But I missed the Palace Guard so much. I'm wondering when the pack come back, because the Carmine pack came back again. So I was wondering when will the Palace Guards come back.
I don't know a date yet. I know, as I said earlier, we're going to bring back past packs. Because we didn't bring back Palace Guard at all. We'll probably like think about that in the near future, but I don't really have a date that I'm aware of yet.
Oh, okay, at least it's coming back. At least I want him back.
What's your
yeah?
Nipple. Okay. I'm gonna call you Nipple. Sorry about that. What's your gamer tag? So I can get you back in.
Oh, the other question was: is there an update for co-op versus AI players like me who loves it a lot? Players are swarm. I've been asked that since the last event. I was wondering what's going on.
I mean, I'll ask the team. I mean, I don't know how co-op versus AI is set up. I'd imagine it's probably not something we could do, but I'll bring that comment back to the team and see what they say.
I'll get you in FIFA.
If it's a nice thing where you get to use both, then.
Yeah, because obviously, you know, if I want to play the Palace Guard, I have to play PvP, which I'm not really too keen of. Obviously, if I play as a Palace Guard in co-op versus AI, then yeah, I'll play the hell out of that.
You're guaranteed next lobby, FIFA, just to let you know.
But yeah, but at least the Palace Guard's coming back. I'm happy.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I love my Theorem so much on all the kids' games.
I know, right? Like, and especially since we updated the Palace Guard's voice.
It sounds beautiful.
He's so sick now. Yeah, I know, right?
Badass.
Yeah, Palace Guard was really exciting because, like, early on in kind of Gears 4 post-launch, we kind of talked about characters we wanted to bring back, and I was like, oh my god, people from Gears 2 like have been asked for Palace Guard, and everyone at the table was like, oh yeah, Palace Guard. Like, everyone completely knew how much that everyone wanted Palace Guard back. So like,
diamond skin.
Yeah, sure.
Real quick question here. Blue Firestarter with this problem with the first wave emblem never received.
Sexy.
That was a personal question from the stream there. For Blue Firestarter with his first wave emblem.
Yeah, I got a couple people asking about
first wave emblem. Send me a tweet with your gamer tag and saying missing first wave emblem, and I'll try and get it to you on Monday.
I will keep this a secret.
I knew that. I knew that was gonna happen.
Oh my god.
It's kicked off.
Thank you, David. It's cool.
Oh dear.
Appreciate you coming up, buddy.
He was gonna fuck up anyways. It was gonna go shit up.
And like, we kind of answered that, Veteran Gear. He kind of answered that about all pending contests. The studio is in renovation, so that stuff will get done. Like the beta clip contest winners. He's wondering about those prizes and stuff like that.
Actually, I want to talk about the beta clip competitions, the winners. Actually, there's something that like we're actually trying to grab some extra cool prizes. I know we sent the digital ones out. We're actually trying to get some, because we kept you guys waiting. We're actually trying to get you something a bit kind of more special than was initially promised. Don't expect anything huge, obviously, but like we're trying to kind of dig through the licensing stores and really get you guys out some stuff. Liam did an amazing job on that video, and we're so proud of what he put together. And like it was just one of those things where we're limited team size, and then with the craziness of kind of like since launch, it's just been one of those things where we've been really trying to fit in. So thank you to everyone for your patience with that. I know it's been frustrating, and like it's something that we definitely are trying to get to. Especially now that I'm a team of one, it's it's definitely interesting.
Lone wolf.
So when you say we, you mean you?
Yes.
One man army reference.
Actually, it's my blow up friend. It's like
okay.
It's the Snorlax.
I
it's the Snorlax
understand what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, my blow up friend. This is my blow up friend.
It sounded a bit wrong. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that was.
Hey, you don't know what I do on my weekends.
Whatever you're into, I don't mind. Whatever you're into, man.
Well, sir.
I'm not the judge.
I've got like two questions. That like one is more of the light-hearted one because I thought I'd go with that. That is, where is Thrashball Cole and Thrashball Bed? Because I want that shit next Sunday.
Thrashball Bed.
Thrashball Bed.
Hey, where is
if you remember during
Thrashball Cole.
Thrashball Bed, because like, well, yeah, Thrashball Cole, but like in a sense like Thrashball Bed, because like in the section of like Gears of War 3, just as they're about to enter the stadium, Cole and Bed have like a sort of discussion where like Bear gets a little bit annoyed because he's a Sharks fan, and they lost the game. They lost the game against the Cougars during that sort of time, and it's just purely because of that. I want to see Thrashball Dead.
Will there be more?
It's a good question.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll get into this one after that.
It's a good. No, I'll answer it. It's a good question. When we're like kind of working out what we're doing with our like character choices and stuff, we kind of think about fan favorites and stuff. We know Thrashball Cole was a fan favorite. I don't know about Thrashball Bed. Maybe that's something we do. I don't know.
Just put them in the jersey.
Yeah, we're definitely aware of kind of like the more popular characters.
Itself right there.
Again, not 100% aware of everything that's going on in kind of our character development right now. So I don't have an answer for you, but I think Superstar Cole is an example of like how we know the kind of like kind of out there character skins that people like. That are a little bit kind of like more variant-y of the original cast, so yeah, never know.
Yeah,
so
it's gonna be
kind of
annoying
answers my
like
questions
both have
too.
the same name.
I was actually just gonna ask
whoa,
you know anything about things such as like collaboration skins. Like best example I'd say would be like, you know how Bulletstorm used to be something for the Epic Games.
About 7 pounds, like, Stellar.
I was wondering if something like that would be able to make it into, say, like a gear pack, like Grayson Hunt or
maybe if you bring back Ram and Master
Chief. That's what we mean by collaboration.
Master Chief for Gears 4.
Sean, yeah, that would be awesome. Fucking Master Chief is in Gears
I said it ages ago and I got a lot of shit for it, but I think it'd be cool.
That'd be actually pretty cool.
Oh, I remember that.
Not anything that I'm aware of. Not anything I'm aware of. I've never had, like, we've never kind of had a conversation about that, so I would just say not anything that I'm aware of, really.
Would you second it, though?
Would I? I think it's an interesting one. I don't know if I would or wouldn't. On the
it's
one
like
hand,
putting
it's
the Gears
really
2 characters in Lost Planet.
Yeah, right. Like on the one hand, it's cool to have like characters from other franchises you love in like a game that you're playing on a daily basis, right? On the other hand, I know some people would be like, oh well, it doesn't really fit, not necessarily in like a
judgment. Judgment.
Like how
hey
can
now.
I put this? Our multiplayer isn't canon, obviously. We have like little Easter eggs in the worlds, and we like to make our kind of maps feel like real places from the universe. But you know, we've got skins in there that, like, Oscar was never a luchador or a wrestler. You know, like he wasn't. That's not like a canon thing, right? So we don't mind having some fun in RMP because that's exactly what it is. So to that end, like, that's one thing, but then there's also the kind of thing about like how far do we kind of make it feel like what's the line where it feels too out of place for Gears, right? So yeah. I think it's an interesting discussion. I don't know where I'd fall on it, but to be honest, it wouldn't be my decision anyway. So, but I see pros and cons to both. That was a very politician answer, even though I didn't mean it to be. Ugh. Ugh.
Thank you, Donald Trump.
Here we go. Here's the start of it.
I'm just messing with everybody, but that actually answers a kind of good thing for me. I mean, like, I would like that, but it would be very understandable whether or not it actually makes it.
Well, I mean, we kind of did it with RTJ a little bit, right? But we made them feel like Gears, like they were in the game, but they feel like they're dressed like Gears. They feel like Gears. The things they say are kind of quite Gears-esque. So it's just, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like it's honestly not something I know either way on. Thank you.
Somebody had a question about more. Sorry, guys. Someone had a question. This has been going in the chat for a little bit. Hold on 1 second, guys. It says, will there ever be swarm bundles? There's a lot of cog bounties. The swarm bounties. There's a lot of cog bounties, but there's not very many swarm. Will there be any more in the future to kind of balance it out?
I'm not really aware. I know we want to do more bounties for our special events. We're throwing out ideas about how we can do some more cool things with bounties, but I'll pass that feedback in when we're talking about that. Cool. Yeah, that's good to know.
And then, is there going to be more dynamic maps like we've seen in Windflare and Avalanche? Is there going to be more maps coming back like that, possibly? You're adding more dynamics.
Sorry, more
dynamics. I'm sorry if my mic's cutting out. Yeah, like with like Windflares and like how you did with Reclaimed with the Windflares and Avalanche has the snow. They're asking if you're going to be more maps like that.
I'm trying to think. Let me think of the. Yes.
It's kind of an odd question.
Confirmed.
Confirmed. Denied.
Is there going to be more incentives? I think you've answered this before in the past about Season 1 holders. Is there going to be more incentives like credit boost, XP bonuses, stuff like that for season pass holders? Since you made all the maps public.
So this is. I'm glad you brought this up. I was hoping someone would bring this up. So the move we made to bring the versus map rotation to be based on probability doesn't really change much. Maps will still be more likely or less likely to appear rather than just being outright not available. But you'll still see some maps a lot less often than others, right? It will essentially mean that you're getting to play certain maps that are on low probability sometimes rather than none of the time in public. And one of the actual kind of feedback complaints we got around Season Pass was, you know, I just want to play the maps. I just want to play all the maps and all the new DLC maps. Like I don't care if they're in public matchmaking, just so long as I can play maps. Our Season Pass was designed about private map ownership. Obviously that has a little bit less value if you don't play in versus privates a lot. It's a lot more for horde players. But it's something that we've heard. We didn't go into making this decision thinking that everyone was going to be happy about it. We went into this decision thinking that the majority would be happy for it and that they feel like it was a progression for the game. Based on the kind of dialogue we've seen and kind of our own kind of judgment, right? One of the things we are talking about though is, and we've done this repeatedly, and it's one of the things that I really want to put out there, is this team has really listened when it comes to Season Pass. Like, we clearly stated what was in the Season Pass from the start. Obviously some people kind of out there feel like they aren't, it didn't match expectations, and that's fine, and that's something that we kind of went back and we looked at how can we add more value. And so we gave like the 60 cards away with Series 2, We gave away the Rise of the Horde, like 5 guaranteed Rise of the Horde skills, like off the bat, plus a Horde Expert pack. We did the 19 gear packs at release rather than 6, which was the original promise, which was even before we released. We added that to it. And then we kind of added the developer playlist, 20% bonus XP and double XP. And we've constantly looked at, like, how can we just keep adding more Season Pass, even though it's not what was initially promised, right? Because we hear the feedback. And one of the things I will say is that when we made this change, we also said, like, can we do more for Season Pass, especially if we're going to have some people feeling like it degraded the value of their Season Pass. Gotcha. And following that, we've been having discussions. Actually, we had some pretty kind of clear ones last week about what we were going to do. So I wouldn't say this is a confirmation that more is coming for Season Pass holders, because we're still locking down the plans, but I would say it's very likely that more will be coming for Season Pass holders. One of the plans, without confirming it because I don't want to confirm anything that's not 100%, I think is going to make people very happy, and I'm pretty excited about it. So just know that we're out there, we're listening, and you know, we want to do more for our Season Pass fans, to kind of make sure that you feel like you're getting the value out of that Season Pass.
Gotcha. Any more
credit
increase at all? They're talking about, since the grind is so hard, like, are you planning to boost the credit at all for player versus player for credits?
Yeah, so the live team and community have been kind of talking about this recently, about the feedback, and it's a discussion. Sorry to be like a non-confirmation machine, but you know, we kind of try not to confirm information before it's final, because I don't want to say something to people and then it changes. Yeah. It's a discussion. It's something that we hear you on. I don't have anything to promise as much as I did for the Season Pass thing in terms of, like, you know, very promising discussions.
Okay.
Credit earn is just something that is being talked about, and you know.
Alright, cool. This one comes from Jack Sparrow. He says, is there going to be a balance, like just a one tuning weapon balancing instead of having separate? Is there ever going to be like just a one, you know how you have the core and competitive, are you guys ever going to just combine one balance tuning, weapon tuning into one? I think you answered that in your post.
Yeah, so I've actually done some posts on this recently, because I've wanted to kind of add some stuff to the discussion, because it's a really interesting discussion, right? It's few games have what we have, and so it's an interesting discussion because it's new for Gears as well. The split tuning discussion is interesting to me because one of the things that online dialogue doesn't reflect is just how many people are playing core and prefer core. The actual core competitive split is hugely in the favor of core, and I mean hugely. And even when we introduced competitive warm-up, which we thought would be a great way to also get an indication of how people like playing competitive settings on kind of standard game modes, there was still like a very noticeable, not big shift over there. I mean, it was quite a minor shift actually. Now, that's not to say that there aren't other factors we're in consideration. I know one of the things that in my thread, the thing that I always say when people talk to us about the core and competitive tuning split is, the thing I added to this thread was, not only is core more popular, but it also is closer to Gears 3. There's actually a misconception out there that Gears of War competitive settings in Gears 4 are actually closer to Gears 3, and it's not. Damage tuning wise, Gears 4 is actually a weaker version of Gears 3 in core, and competitive is a far weaker version. It's a really interesting thing, right? And so there's a question there of, well, why does it appear that way? Why does it not feel that way? And so those are discussions we're having. In terms of if there's always going to be a split, right now I will be honest and say there's no intention for us to go to a one weapon tuning based on the incredibly extensive data we have about what our core players like doing. Is it just because the majority of playlists are core, or is it because you know, core is actually doing something for the majority of our players? There's no clear indication that indicates that, as much as we hear you guys about your love for competitive and wanting to play more modes than competitive, there's no clear indication in the data or otherwise that indicates we should go to just competitive or just core. you know, competitive is really important to kind of allow that big team play that you get in escalation, that top level team player where you've got coordinated fire, where the Nasher skill needs to have more of a separation. You know, it's just one of those things that is unique to Gears right now. But yeah, it's an interesting discussion. It's definitely one that we keep listening to, and I'm not trying to say just because core is more popular that therefore we don't care about a competitive audience. We really do. That's why competitive 2.0 is happening right now. But just know that core is a big part of what a lot of people love about Gears right now, and so there's a balance to be had there, right? So right now we have no intention of getting rid of the split, but we're always listening and we're thinking about how we can do things better, and you know, who knows in the future, but right now it's a pretty solid thing for us.
Cool.
My God.
Long-winded answer again, but it's one of those things that needs explaining, so.
Octus, why do you love me so much?
Thank you, Furbo. I'll get you in. FIFA and COD Couple, I'll get you in as well, okay? Promise, next lobby.
Also, by the way, apologize if I sound loud and obnoxious. I'm a little bit drunk.
No, I just feel like I'm in a movie trailer when you're speaking, honestly. Like, I just literally feel like you're about to say rated M for mature or something. Like,
honestly, I've had a lot of people saying I should do shoutcasting.
Well, they had a link to apply, buddy. You can, for the esports, you can send your resume.
Hey, that sounds like fun. There, I have no resume. Actually, the only thing I'm doing after this is I gotta go in for an audition.
There you go.
No problem.
Thank you guys again for being a part of this event and supporting every part of this. You guys have been amazing, amazing, amazing. We have more special guests coming up.
Thank you for
this.
making the event.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. You guys are absolutely amazing.
It's been nuts.
In the time we had, this has come out really, really well.
Oh, I didn't even fucking see you there, Sean. Holy shit.
Does anyone else have any questions in the lobby?
I'm sure I can get a bunch more cool competitive questions now.
Yeah, it's more of the sort of like, I've got one that's sort of like in general about the community. I know since like Pez had like departed from TC, it's been a bit more bit more harder on your side to be able to get the questions, answer what try and answer what you can, and explain it like ones you can't. But like, what is there like any preparations or like things you got on the way to make it so that you can like build a bit more of a community like sort of team, so that it's easier for you, but it's more able to like sort of questions that answer more easily?
I mean, for me personally, I feel like we've been more vocal and open lately, or at least I feel like I've been doing as best I can in that space. I've been trying to kind of make myself appear across all the different places that our Gears fans are talking and try and be more kind of vocal and answer questions and well, not Tumblr.
Stay away from that.
Reddit.
Good, thank you. Thank you.
So I hope people feel like they've kind of had more of their questions answered, and recently it's something that I'm trying to put as much time into around everything else I'm doing, kind of out of hours and stuff. In terms of the future, this studio is super dedicated to community. It's one of the big things I love about working at the Coalition. And obviously, as you may have seen, we're hiring for a director of communications, and right now I've been having discussions with kind of our team about what the future of community is and stuff, and there's a real commitment there. So
cool.
Yeah. You know, I think there's a real chance. Pez was always honest about when he was here. Both he and I were looking to build a community team. Gears is a big community. It talks in a lot of places, and you know, I have a lot of internal responsibilities. I do a lot more than just kind of working with the community externally. I'm also kind of an internal representative in a lot of things that a lot of community managers aren't. And because of that, it means that you know, it was always a case of knowing that we wanted to build that team. So hopefully, that's my answer. Personally, for me, I would love for there to be a kind of a clear distinction of someone just focused on highlighting. Like, one of the things that I think that we really want to do more of is highlight more fan content on social media, help our kind of content creators grow, be more present in do more for our forum community. Definitely kind of improve the amount we're able to talk to you guys and speak to you guys in all the places that you are. So you know, someone to come and help with that for me would be awesome. And I know there's a kind of keenness from the studio to just keep developing community and kind of commit to it. So hopefully.
Well, that's good to hear from fellow Liam, by the way, as well.
Hey, that's what I need. Oh god, that is not what I needed. Hey
man, if you need any help, I'm here for you.
Yes, thank you for the follow there.
I don't know how I pulled that, dude.
And thank you for the donation, Stellar. I appreciate it.
Have you ever thought of
Thank you so much. I check in between matches, guys, and I appreciate all the support on it. Any donations come in.
Yeah, wasn't that
was that wrong?
Like Gears 3 beta with the Locust, with like the arm rip? There used to be, back in the beta, there used to be like an arm rip like with just one slab, and there was like a double slab. What happened to that? What happened? Like,
I don't know. I mean, I joined development before UE or just after UE for the coalition, so I'm not. I don't know.
ID.
I got a question that might never be answered. Like, and Nashar had like 3 ways of executing someone, and you could like equip it for each execution or whatever. Oh no, it's just an idea I had in my head.
Sorry, I missed half of that. There was
oh, sorry.
There was.
I'm so sorry. I feel like a bad man.
Oh no, it's grand. No, it just mean like if you had a long shot for like just saying like for argument's sake,
Liam,
like just a long shot, you could have 3 different executions for the one gun.
Oh yeah. It's a cool idea. It's definitely come up in kind of like talks and stuff earlier in development, but yeah, no, it's a cool idea for sure.
Well, there you go.
No, you don't.
We're at £1,555 right now. It's crazy.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's amazing.
Thank you guys so much.
I have these like little stints of just pure like, what the hell am I doing? How did I do this? I'm not going to question it, but at the same time,
Oh, Boto.
We're on UK host right now, guys. That's half the shit I don't even know what I'm doing right now.
That explains everything.
That's something that I learned very quickly that I was going to have to adapt to.
Oh shit.
Welcome to the motherland.
Yeah, my homeland, man. Like, I haven't been back in 2 years. I'm looking forward to going back this year.
What do you miss? There was a question. What do you miss most about the UK?
Yeah, vacation. Yeah, I'm not like. What do I miss most about the UK?
Fish and chips.
Probably. No. Probably.
Full English breakfast. You cannot deny that. Bacon sandwich. You're sorted.
Yeah, bacon sarnies is actually probably one of the main ones. Yeah. No, probably bacon sarnies or just like how I lived in London for 3 years, and just the like super rich culture of London is probably one of the things I miss most.
Yeah, DBs don't terminate.
What's going on with Fry now?
Terminators.
A dying species, man.
I don't know. He's been like, I think like when I came across like on the opposite side where J Motions is right now, like because you can see it right there. It's like it was like he was just generally freaking out.
I think he's doing it on purpose instead of actually playing Fry. Silly bird.
It's the power of stack.
Oh shit.
Oh, here we are.
God damn it.
Any more questions, by the way?
Is Alex Brand? Will Alex Brand return?
Like,
okay, go ahead. Sorry. It's a delay when everyone talks.
Holy shit.
What was the question?
It says, will Alex Brand return, or if we get King of the Hill with execution rules? So it's kind of like a 2-question. Like a certain character returns, and then is King of the Hill gonna ever become like a
characters, really returning characters and stuff is not something that I can really talk about right now. Like even if they are or aren't happening, like it's something that changes quite often. So I don't really want to kind of touch on those and say like, oh yeah, we're talking about this person coming back and then they don't. On terms of the King of the Hill execution rules, it's something that we could try for a special event. We definitely want to kind of try some more out there special events. I think Golden Gun was like a super like cool event for us to do, and we want to do more fresh stuff, right? Like we want to keep things fresh. One thing that I can say that's really exciting for me kind of helping work on the community events and stuff,
what the hell's
is we actually have the ability as of that hotfix we just did, because we had to do it for the latest event, to actually do specific weapon tuning on a per playlist basis, which before we were only kind of able to do in the developer playlist format. What this means is that we can actually really screw around with damage settings and everything for special events.
Nice.
So we could do like for example, we could do like a swap variant, right, where a couple bullets will kill you, or like we actually have the capability to do that now. So it's going to unlock a lot of new ideas for us. And that's the main thing, is we want to do new things. Like Epic came up with some really good events.
That was dirty.
We definitely want to bring those back and kind of respect the legacy.
It all started with Ticker
But we also
Tuesday.
want to bring some new stuff. Like we want to have, yeah, exactly right. Like I remember, like one of the things we're talking about is how do we do maybe a juvie, like a version of Ticker Tuesday in a way that makes sense for our board, right? Like stuff like that.
I told you, Sean, juvie board would be one.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
And actually, would there be a possible way to actually add like a special property to the juvies to make it so that's even more scarier version of Ticker Tuesday? Or is that not possible?
I don't know actually. What a good question.
You mean like Tracker Tuesday?
Yeah, we could do like Tracker Tuesday and stuff. I mean, we put the explosive trackers in Anything Goes and Feral Horde, right?
God.
So, and they're pretty scary things. So.
Could you do the one Octus where in Gears 2 where all like characters have different weapons, like say the Cantus used to have carries a hammer burst now and all that. Where if swap the weapons.
What, like when you had the wretches with shotguns? Like that,
yeah,
like that one.
Wait, that was
Oh
a thing?
my god, I missed that.
That was in Gears 2.
That was a thing?
That was Gears 2.
Yeah, it was so weird.
Yeah, so I'm actually talking to the team at the moment about that. Like, I really want juvies with shotguns, really.
That was so good.
I think juvies with chainsaw lancers.
I need to find a video of this now, because I didn't know Wretch with shotguns was a thing.
Oh my god.
I did not know that was a thing. When was this?
Yeah, wretches with Nashers back in
It was
Gears
early
2
on in
was
Gears 2.
hilarious.
Yeah. Actually, it was
right.
I was doing an event with I forget who it was, but I remember doing that, and that was really fun. I miss it.
So one of my biggest requests, Octus, or one of my questions, even Ryan liked it, was bringing customization of custom matches with swaps and stuff like that for starting weapons for community events. Like that'd be like that's one of my biggest demand things. Like be able to do customization in the private side for community events and for tournaments and stuff like that, where you can change the starting weapons, kind of like how you guys do public events. That was like Ryan was like, that's a cool idea.
It's a great suggestion.
Yeah.
It's a great suggestion. Yeah, it's something that I think is already on our kind of like wish list of things we're talking about in like pre-development of Gears 4. I think it's a great idea. I think the team are aware of it, but
awesome. We're gonna cycle players out, guys. So we're gonna drop the whole lobby out. We're gonna bring all new people in. We got a few people
coming out.
Definitely want to come in.
Everyone, get the fuck out.
Okay, okay.
Thank you guys so much, and just for the loaded.
Thank you all for coming in.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
I'll be back. Really enjoyed playing.
At least Octus, you know. Hopefully get my pads.
Cheers to the games, guys.
Thanks so much for playing, guys. Thanks for coming out.
I just got one thing to say.
Yeah. Alright,
I love you.
Guys.
Oh yeah? Shoot.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Alright, thanks for answering the questions, Liam.
No worries, thank you for coming. No worries, anytime, guys.
Maybe next time when I join in, I won't be as drunk.
Yeah, because you're freaking out a bit.
Maybe next time when you do, I will be.
Well, I'll take a toast.
All the information
See you later,
leaked.
boys.